Cornelius Nepos was born around the year 100. He was born near today's Verona, and he was a Gaul. Several of his works are known, but not preserved. However, they are mentioned and quoted in other authors' works. The only preserved work is Excellentium Imperatorum Vitae. In his work, Cornelius Nepos gives a clear statement that the Macedonians were not Greek. In the chapter Eumenes, Cornelius Nepos writes about the life and work of a Greek war commander, Eumenes, who lived in the 4th century BC and who served in the Macedonian army. Eumenes lived amongst the Macedonians, but even though he gave a great contribution in their campaigns and descended from a wealthy family, he was never fully accepted, just because he was a foreigner, a Greek. Here we read:
Eumenes was a native of Cardia. As he happened to live, however, in the days in which the Macedonians flourished, it was a great disadvantage to him residing among them that he was of a foreign country. Nor was anything wanting to him but a noble descent, for though he was of a family of distinction in his native city, the Macedonians were nevertheless dissatisfied that he should ever be preferred to them.
Nepos was again clear that the Macedonians were in no way Greek. He gives the names of the most famous Greek generals: Timoleon of Corinth, Phocion of Athens, Eumenes of Cardia, Agesilaus of Sparta, Pelopidas of Thebes, Epaminondas of Thebes, Timotheus of Athens, Iphicrates of Athens, Dion of Syracusa, Vaimon of Athens, and others. About them, he writes:
These were almost all the generals of Greece that seemed worthy of record, except kings, for we would not treat of them, because the actions of them all are narrated separately.
We can see that the list of names of Greek generals, there is not a single Macedonian mentioned. Further on, Cornelius Nepos separately mentions the most outstanding people in the Macedonian ranks, as he himself wrote, quote, "of the nation of the Macedonians." Here Nepos writes:
Of the nation of the Macedonians, 2 kings far excelled the rest in renown for their achievements: Philip, the son of Amyntas, and Alexander the Great.
Again we ask, how does the current Greek historiography react to these solid testimonies? Cornelius Nepos is one more ancient author, whose works are completely opposing the present Greek propaganda and historiography's articulations. Dionysus Caliphontis was a geographer who lived in the 1st century BC. We present some fragments of his work from the report of the British government titled as Memorandum of the Ancient Boundaries of Greece, prepared by the British war historian Major Ardagh. In relation to the Greek territory of the time, Dionysus Kalifont writes:
Abrachia is the first city in Greece. Greece is continuous from Abrachia to the Peneus.
This too presents a valid testimony that not only the Macedonians, but the Epirotes were also not treated as a Greek nation by Dionysus Caliphontis and by other authors as well. We can find data about the historian Dexippus in the work of Photius, who was a patriarch in Constantinople and lived in the 9th century. In his work Bibliotheca, Photius published his own reviews of 279 books which he has read. Most of these books are not preserved today. One of the authors that he commented on was a famous Athenian general, orator, and historian named Dexippus. Only fragments are preserved from the original works of Dexippus. In one of them, named simply as Historical Epitome, he wrote about the history of the Macedonians in the period after the death of Alexander the Great. Regarding this work, Photius wrote,
In Europe, Lysimachus obtained Thraci and the Chersonese, Antipater of the whole of Macedonia, Greece, Illyria, the country of the Tribali, and the Agrianis.
According to these fragments, it is obvious that Dexippus treated the Macedonians as different from the Greeks. If Macedonia was a Greek land in the ancient times, why did he mention them separately?